Our gospel today tells us that when Jesus got into the boat with them, suddenly the wind died down. You know, I have a feeling that St. Mark also meant it metaphorically or figuratively. I think it was their fear that died down before the wind actually did. You see, fear can attack us like a dreadful hurricane, especially when we're facing an enemy that is totally unfamiliar to us. We can be so overcome by anxiety, we begin to act or react irrationally to the situation, to the point that we go on a kind of self-destruct mode. That is what panic does to people who find themselves in a disaster situation. It is the more common reason why people perish in calamity situations. Kapag nagpanic, they tend to lose a sense of equanimity, and they begin to behave like headless chickens darting about without a direction. This is one of the most important lessons that we are learning from the medical sciences with regard to the COVID-19 virus. Because this virus is a total stranger to the human physiology. Yung katawan natin, our body, can react to it in a very exaggerated way. Ang tawag ng mga doktor doon sa ganyang exaggerated reaction of the body is a cytokine storm. Cytokine storm. And by the way, take note, it is also using the word storm, bagyo, to describe the attack of the virus. It's not a literal, but a figurative super typhoon, kumbaga. It is a storm that happens inside the human body, where it is our own immune system that goes on what they call an overdrive because it has been attacked by an unfamiliar virus. Dahil hindi kakilala yung kalaban, nag-overdrive, nag-react in an exaggerated way, and the immune system ends up harming rather than protecting the human body. And this is the only reason why scientists have invented vaccines. Why they propose the vaccine as a solution to reducing fatalities by introducing into the body some dead particles from the COVID-19 virus itself. It is precisely for the purpose of giving the body the chance to familiarize itself with the components of this virus so as to prevent it from reacting in an exaggerated way. Maraming beses nang in-explain sa atin, hindi naman gamot yung bakuna. It's not a medicine. It is introducing dead particles of the virus so that the one that will fix the problem is our own body, our own immune system. You see, there is so much that we still do not fully understand about the complex organic system that we humans are functioning with. Itong tendency na ito na tinatawag nilang immune overdrive has its own equivalent in the way we operate collectively as families, as communities, as a society, or even as nations. Did you notice how St. Mark ended the narrative with the remark, they were completely astounded. They had not understood. Their hearts were hardened. It is a very accurate description of the worst kind of disaster that can happen to people when they are in a state of panic. The curious thing here, is just telling people who are in this kind of a situation not to panic or to just calm down does not always work. Kung minsan, kung kaya mo sinabing, huwag kayo magpanik, bay lalong magpapanik yan. Sometimes even a good swimmer can drown at sea and even drag down the very person who is trying to save him. Because wala na sa sarili. Dahil nagpapanik. The first reading has a good formula for counteracting fear. Kasi yun talagang kalaban. Takot. Fear. And what is the formula from our first reading to counteract fear? Love. Paulit-ulit si St. John dito sa epistle na ito. Love. Love has the power to restore our sense of equanimity. Love can give us the assurance that we are not alone, that we are in good hands. Yesterday, we heard the Apostle John equating love with God. God is love, sabi niya. And today, he is saying in the continuation of that same epistle, perfect love casts out all fear. Ang ganap na pag-ibig ang siyang magtataboy sa lahat ng takot. Perfect love casts out all fear. It's like the captain has announced a good news. God is on board. The boat is sinking, but God is on board. We may not be in control of the ship, but God is.